I loved her for 10 years. 10 years of late nights, shared coffee cups, and pretending my heart didn't stop every time she smiled at me. I watched her date other men. I watched her get engaged. And when she handed me that wedding invitation with his name on it, I did the only thing I could do. I quit. What I never expected was her showing up at my door 3 weeks later, mascara running down her face, saying the words I dreamed of hearing my entire adult life. I chose wrong, Nathan. I should have chosen you. Before continuing to the next chapter, please subscribe, like, and comment below. Which part shocked you the most? Let me know. Chapter 1. 10 Years of Silence. The wedding invitation sat on my desk like a bomb waiting to explode. I stared at it for what felt like hours. Elegant ivory cardstock. Gold embossed lettering. The kind of invitation that costs more than my monthly rent. Elena Vance and Marcus Reid request the pleasure of your company. I couldn't read the rest. I didn't need to. You okay, man? I looked up. Derek Simmons stood in my doorway, coffee in hand, eyebrows raised. He'd been my best friend since I started at Vance Media Group 10 years ago. He knew me better than anyone. I'm fine, I lied. You've been staring at that thing for 20 minutes. I'm just processing. Derek walked in and closed the door behind him. He sat on the edge of my desk and lowered his voice. Nathan, it's me. You don't have to pretend. I leaned back in my chair and rubbed my face. What do you want me to say? The truth would be nice. The truth is that my boss is getting married, and I'm happy for her. Derek snorted. Right? And I'm secretly a billionaire. Derek, you've been in love with Elena for a decade. Everyone knows it except her. I flinched. Hearing it out loud made it real, made it painful. It doesn't matter, I said quietly. She's with Marcus. She's happy. Is she, though? Before I could answer, my phone buzzed. Elena's name flashed on the screen. Come to my office. Need to discuss something. I stood up, straightening my tie. Derek gave me a look that said everything words couldn't. Good luck, he muttered. I walked down the hallway toward Elena's corner office. My heart pounded with every step. 10 years, and she still had this effect on me. 10 years of being her assistant, her confidant, her right hand. 10 years of watching her build an empire while I built walls around my heart. I knocked on her door. Come in. Elena Vance sat behind her massive oak desk, sunlight streaming through the windows behind her. She was 35, brilliant, and absolutely beautiful. Dark hair pulled back in a sleek ponytail. Sharp brown eyes that missed nothing. A smile that could light up a room or destroy me completely. Nathan, sit down. I sat. She folded her hands on the desk. I wanted to thank you personally for everything you've done for this company. For me. It's my job, Elena. It's more than that, and we both know it. She paused. I have a favor to ask. Anything. I want you to help me plan the wedding. The words hit me like a punch to the gut. I kept my face neutral, but inside, something cracked. Of course, I heard myself say. Whatever you need. She smiled. That smile. I knew I could count on you. You've always been there for me, Nathan. I don't know what I'd do without you. You're about to find out, I thought, because in that moment I made a decision. I couldn't do this anymore. I couldn't watch her marry someone else while pretending my heart wasn't breaking. Something had to change. Chapter 2. The Resignation. 3 days later, I sat in my apartment staring at a blank Word document. Dear Elena, I deleted it. To whom it may concern. Too formal. Delete. Quit. Too blunt. Delete. My sister Jordan's voice echoed from my kitchen. You're overthinking this. I'm not overthinking. I'm considering my options. Jordan appeared in the doorway, arms crossed. She was 28, brutally honest, and the only family I had left. She'd known about my feelings for Elena since the beginning. Your options are simple, she said. Tell her how you feel or leave. Those are the only 2 choices that don't end with you dying alone and miserable. I can't tell her. She's engaged. So, engagements break. Jordan, have you ever actually asked her how she feels about you? I stared at my laptop screen. It doesn't matter how she feels. She chose Marcus. Did she, though? Or did she choose the safe option because no one gave her an alternative? I didn't have an answer for that. Jordan sat down next to me. Her voice softened. Nathan, I've watched you waste 10 years of your life waiting for something you're too scared to reach for. I love you, but I can't watch it anymore. Either fight for her or let her go. But stop existing in this limbo. She was right. I hated that she was right. The next day, I went to a company event. A charity gala hosted by Vance Media. Elena was there with Marcus, and I watched them from across the room. Marcus Reid, 37. Investment banker. Perfect hair, perfect teeth, perfect resume. On paper, he was everything a woman like Elena should want. But I noticed things. The way Elena's smile didn't reach her eyes. The way she stiffened slightly when Marcus put his arm around her. The way she kept glancing around the room like she was looking for an escape. She's not happy. I turned. Camille Torres stood beside me, holding a champagne glass. She was Elena's personal assistant, my counterpart. We'd worked together for years. What? Elena. She's not happy with him. Anyone with eyes can see it. Then why is she marrying him? Camille shrugged. Pressure. Expectations. Her mother's been pushing this relationship since day one. Victoria thinks Marcus is perfect for the family image. I looked back at Elena. She was laughing at something Marcus said, but it looked forced, rehearsed. Why are you telling me this? I asked. Camille gave me a knowing look. Because someone needs to give her a reason to choose differently. That night, I wrote my resignation letter. No fancy words. No explanations. Just the truth. I was leaving. The next morning, I walked into Elena's office and handed her the envelope. She opened it. Read it. Her face went pale. What is this? My 2 weeks' notice. Nathan, I don't understand. Did something happen? Did I do something? Yes. You broke my heart without even knowing it. No, I said. I just need to move on. It's time. She stood up, and I saw something in her eyes I couldn't identify. Panic? Pain? Nathan, please. We can talk about this. Whatever it is, we can fix it. There's nothing to fix. I've just reached the end of the road. The door opened behind me. Marcus walked in, all smiles and confidence. Elena, darling, are you ready for lunch? He noticed me. Oh, Nathan. Didn't see you there. I stepped back. I was just leaving. Nathan, wait. Elena started, but I was already gone. Chapter 3, The Aftermath. The first week was the hardest. I woke up every morning reaching for my phone, expecting to see Elena's name. Work emails, meeting reminders, random texts about her day. Nothing. I cut myself off completely. No contact. No social media stalking. Clean break. It was killing me. Derek called constantly. Dude, the office is a disaster. Elena's been on edge since you left. She snapped at 3 people yesterday. That's not my problem anymore. She keeps asking about you. Wants to know if you're okay. I closed my eyes. Tell her I'm fine. Are you though? No, I wasn't fine. I was drowning. Jordan forced me to leave my apartment. She dragged me to coffee shops, grocery stores, anywhere that wasn't my bedroom. She said I needed to rejoin the world. One afternoon, I sat alone at a cafe when Camille walked in. She spotted me immediately. Nathan. I was hoping I'd run into you. She sat down without asking. Her expression was serious. What's wrong? It's Elena. She's not doing well. My heart clenched. What do you mean? She tried to call you multiple times, but she couldn't go through with it. She'd dial your number, then hang up before it rang. Why are you telling me this? Camille leaned forward. Because she misses you more than she'll ever admit. The day you left, something in her changed. She's going through the motions, planning this wedding, but her heart isn't in it. She has Marcus. Marcus isn't you. I looked away. It doesn't matter. She made her choice. Did she? Or did everyone make it for her? Camille stood up. I'm not telling you what to do, Nathan. But I've worked with Elena for 5 years. I've never seen her look at Marcus the way she looked at you. Think about that. She left. I sat there for a long time, her words echoing in my mind. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying every moment. Every late night, every shared laugh, every time Elena looked at me like I was the only person in the room. Had I imagined it all? Or had I been too scared to see what was right in front of me? Chapter 4. Cracks in the Glass. 2 weeks after I left, I got a call from Derek. You need to know what's happening. Derek, I told you. I don't want updates. This is different. Something's wrong with Marcus. I paused. What do you mean? He's been acting sketchy. Late nights. Secret phone calls. Elena confronted him about missing their dinner reservations, and he blew up at her. Blamed her for being too focused on work. That's between them. Nathan, come on. You and I both know that guy is hiding something. I didn't respond. Part of me wanted to know more. Part of me didn't want to care. Derek continued. Ryan Harris came to see Elena yesterday. Marcus's business partner? Yeah. He told her she should look into where Marcus really goes on his business trips. Then he left without explaining. My grip tightened on the phone. What did Elena do? She brushed it off. But I could tell it got to her. After we hung up, I sat in silence. Something was wrong. I could feel it. The next day, I had a job interview. A rival media company had reached out, impressed by my resume. The position was perfect. Better title, better pay, no emotional baggage. The interviewer shook my hand. We'd love to have you, Nathan. When can you start? I hesitated. Can I have a few days to think about it? Of course. Take your time. I left the building feeling hollow. This should have felt like a victory, a fresh start. Instead, it felt like closing a door I wasn't ready to close. That night, Derek showed up at my apartment with beer and pizza. You look terrible, he said. Thanks. I have to tell you something, and you're not going to like it. I braced myself. What? Elena came to your desk today. She just stood there, staring at your empty chair. She didn't say anything, just stood there, for like 10 minutes. Then she went back to her office and closed the door. I didn't know what to say. Derek put his hand on my shoulder. She's breaking, Nathan. Whatever wall she built between you two is crumbling. The question is, are you going to be there when it falls? Chapter 5. The truth comes out. Elena hired a private investigator. I learned this from Camille, who called me at 11 o'clock at night, her voice shaking. It's bad, Nathan. Really bad. What happened? Marcus has been cheating on her. For over a year. Some woman named Olivia Chin. The investigator found everything. Photos, receipts, hotel records, text messages. Everything. My blood ran cold. Where's Elena now? At the office. She's been locked in there for hours. She won't talk to anyone. I'm scared, Nathan. I was already grabbing my keys. I'm on my way. 20 minutes later, I walked through the Vance media lobby. The night security guard recognized me and waved me through. Rough night, Mr. Cole. You have no idea. I took the elevator to the executive floor. The hallway was dark except for the light spilling from Elena's office. I knocked softly. Elena? It's Nathan. Silence. I opened the door. She sat on the floor behind her desk, back against the wall, knees pulled to her chest. Her makeup was ruined. Her eyes were red and swollen. She looked like someone had torn her world apart. Because someone had. She looked up when I entered. Something flickered in her eyes. Surprise, relief, shame. You came, she whispered. I walked over and sat down beside her on the floor. Camille called me. I must look pathetic. You look like someone who just got her heart broken. That's not pathetic. That's human. She laughed bitterly. I'm such an idiot. Everyone saw it but me. The late nights. The excuses. I believed every single lie. That's not your fault. He was the one who lied. She turned to face me. Did you know? Did you suspect? I chose my words carefully. I knew something was wrong, but I didn't have proof. And it wasn't my place to say anything. Why not? Because you were happy. Or at least I thought you were. I didn't want to be the one to take that away from you. Tears slid down her cheeks. I was never happy with him, Nathan. I was comfortable. I was safe. But I was never happy. Then why did you stay? She was quiet for a long moment. Because everyone expected me to. My mother. The board. The media. Marcus was the perfect choice on paper. And I thought that was enough. Was it? She looked at me with an intensity that made my breath catch. No, it was never enough. Because every time I was with him, I kept thinking about someone else. My heart stopped. Elena, why did you really leave, Nathan? Couldn't lie anymore. Not now. Not with her looking at me like that. Because I couldn't watch you marry him, I said quietly. I couldn't stand next to you at that altar and pretend I was okay. I've spent 10 years hiding how I feel, and I reached my limit. How do you feel? The question hung in the air between us. I love you, I said. I've loved you since the day I walked into this office. And I know that doesn't change anything. I know you're hurt and confused, and the last thing you need is more complications. But you asked me for the truth, so there it is. Elena stared at me. Then she did something I never expected. She leaned forward and kissed me. It was soft, desperate, tasted like tears and broken promises. When she pulled back, she whispered, I think I've loved you too. I just didn't let myself see it. I held her while she cried. And for the first time in 10 years, the walls between us finally came down. Chapter 6. The Confrontation. Elena ended things with Marcus 2 days later. She didn't tell me the details at first. She said she needed to do it alone. I understood. This was her battle to fight. But afterwards, she came to my apartment and told me everything. He denied it at first, she said, sitting on my couch with her hands wrapped around a mug of tea. He looked me right in the eyes and said I was being paranoid, that the investigator made everything up. What did you do? I showed him the photos, the hotel receipts, the text messages where he told her he loved her. I clenched my jaw. And then, he changed tactics, started blaming me, said I was too focused on work, too cold, too unavailable. He said if I'd been a better fiancé, he wouldn't have needed someone else. That's garbage. I know, but in the moment it almost worked. I almost believed him. She set down her mug. Then I thought about what you said, about deserving better, and I realized he was never going to take responsibility. He was never going to change. What did you say? I threw the ring at him, told him we were done, that I never wanted to see him again. How did he take it? Not well. He threatened me. Said he'd go to the media with lies about me and the company. Said he'd destroy my reputation. My protective instincts flared. Did he hurt you? No. He didn't touch me. He's too smart for that. She looked at me with steel in her eyes. I told him to do his worst. I'm done being afraid of losing things that were never real. I pulled her close. I'm proud of you. I couldn't have done it without you, Nathan. Knowing you were here, knowing you believed in me, it gave me the strength I needed. We sat in silence for a while. Then Elena said something that surprised me. My father wrote me a letter before he died. I found it last month, going through old boxes. What did it say? He said, don't settle for comfortable, Elena. Find someone who makes you feel alive. She looked up at me. You make me feel alive, Nathan. You always have. I kissed her forehead. Your father was a wise man. I just wish I'd listened sooner. Chapter 7. The Turning Point. The next few weeks were chaos. Elena publicly canceled the wedding. She released a statement saying she and Marcus had grown apart, and she wished him well. It was professional, diplomatic. The media went crazy anyway. Tabloids speculated wildly. Was there another man? Was there a scandal? What really happened behind closed doors? Elena handled it with grace. She did one interview, spoke briefly about focusing on herself and her company, and refused to engage further. Her mother was furious. Victoria Vance called Elena constantly, demanding explanations. I was there when Elena finally confronted her. You're making a mistake, Victoria said through the phone. Marcus was perfect for this family. For our image. Marcus was cheating on me, Mother. For over a year. Silence. That can be worked through. Couples have survived worse. I watched Elena's expression harden. I'm not going to survive a marriage built on lies. And I'm done living for your approval. I spent my whole life trying to meet your expectations. And where did it get me? Engaged to a man who never loved me. Elena, this conversation is over. I love you, Mom, but I won't let you control my life anymore. She hung up. I waited for her to break down. Instead, she stood up straighter. That felt good, she said. I smiled. You're free now. Yeah, I am. Our relationship deepened in those weeks. We spent every possible moment together. Dinners, late-night conversations, long walks through the city. Without the boss-employee barrier, everything felt different. More equal. More real. But I was careful. I didn't want to rush things. I didn't want Elena to confuse gratitude with love. One night, she noticed. You're holding back, she said. Why? I don't want to be a rebound. You're not. Elena, 3 weeks ago you were planning a wedding. I don't want you to wake up in 6 months and realize you made another mistake. She put her hand on my face. Nathan, I've known you for 10 years. This isn't impulsive. This isn't a reaction. This is the most sure I've ever felt about anything. How do you know? Because when I imagine my future now, you're in every version of it. You always have been. I just couldn't admit it until now. I had nothing left to say, so I kissed her instead. When we pulled apart, she whispered, I'm all in, Nathan. No more hiding. No more waiting. Are you? I've been all in for 10 years. She smiled. The real smile. The one that reached her eyes. Then let's start our life together. For real this time. Chapter 8. Marcus's downfall. Karma came for Marcus Reid in the cruelest way possible. A month after Elena ended things, Olivia Chun sold her story to a tabloid. She had screenshots, photos, voice recordings, everything. The headline was brutal. Investment banker's double life. How Marcus Reid cheated on billionaire fiancée for over a year. His reputation shattered overnight. Business partners abandoned him. Clients pulled their investments. His own firm launched an internal investigation. Then it got worse. Ryan Harris, Marcus's former partner, went public with evidence of financial impropriety. Marcus had been embezzling money from client accounts for years. The authorities opened a criminal investigation. Derek called me with updates. Dude, it's a complete implosion. They froze his assets. He might actually go to prison. I felt no satisfaction, just a hollow sense of closure. A week later, Marcus showed up at Elena's office. I was there when it happened. We were reviewing quarterly reports when Camille burst in. Security called. Marcus is downstairs. He's demanding to see Elena. Elena's jaw tightened. Let him up. Are you sure? Yes. It's time to end this. 5 minutes later, Marcus walked through the door. He looked terrible. Unshaven, red-eyed, desperate. Elena, please. You have to help me. I don't have to do anything. I made a mistake. I know that now. But we can work through this. We can. We're done, Marcus. We've been done for weeks. He noticed me standing in the corner. His expression twisted with rage. This is your fault. You turned her against me. I didn't do anything, I said calmly. You did this to yourself. She was supposed to marry me. We had a plan. Elena stepped forward. I was never part of your plan, Marcus. I was just another asset to you. Another trophy. You never loved me. I did love you. No. You loved what I could do for you. There's a difference. Marcus's desperation turned to venom. You'll regret this. Both of you. I'll make sure everyone knows. Knows what? Elena cut him off. That you cheated on me? That you stole from your clients? The whole world already knows, Marcus. You have nothing left to threaten me with. He stood there, speechless. Elena pressed a button on her phone. Security? Please escort Mr. Reid out of the building. Two guards appeared in the doorway. Marcus looked at Elena one last time, searching for something. Sympathy, weakness, anything he could exploit. He found nothing. "This isn't over," he said as they led him away. But we both knew it was. After he was gone, Elena let out a long breath. I walked over and put my arms around her. "Are you okay?" "Yeah. Actually, yeah." She looked up at me. I thought I'd feel something. Anger, sadness, vindication. But I just feel free. "That's because he doesn't have power over you anymore." "No, he doesn't." She smiled. "You know what's funny? I spent so long afraid of losing him. And now I can't remember why. Fear does strange things to people. It won't anymore. Not to me." She took my hand. "Come on. Let's get out of here. I'm done thinking about the past." Chapter 9. A new beginning. 6 months. That's how long it took for everything to settle. For the media to move on. For the legal battles to fade into background noise. For Elena and me to figure out what we were building together. I took a new job. Not at Vance Media, we both agreed that would be complicated. I joined a smaller company, a startup with big ambitions. It was a risk, but it was mine. Elena supported the decision completely. "I don't want you to be my assistant anymore," she said the night I accepted the offer. "I want you to be my equal, my partner, someone who chose their own path." "That's exactly what I want too. Then go build something amazing. I'll be here cheering you on." Our relationship wasn't perfect. We had arguments. We had adjustments. 10 years of professional boundaries don't disappear overnight. But we worked through it. Together. Derek was thrilled. "Finally," he said at happy hour. "My two favorite people figured it out. I've only been waiting a decade." Jordan was smug. "Told you so," she said at family dinner. "I told you to fight for her. You were right." "I know. I'm always right. You should listen to me more often." Camille became a close friend to both of us. She'd seen everything from the inside. Elena's unhappiness, my silent suffering, the slow unraveling of a relationship that was never meant to be. She said she always knew we'd end up together. "You two just made sense," she said. "Everyone else could see it. It just took you both a while to catch up." Even Victoria eventually came around. It wasn't easy. Elena's mother was stubborn and proud, but seeing her daughter genuinely happy softened something in her. "I was wrong about Marcus," Victoria admitted at dinner one night, "and I was wrong to push you so hard. I just wanted you to be secure." "I know, Mom, but security isn't the same as happiness." "No, it's not." Victoria looked at me with something approaching respect. "Nathan, take care of my daughter." "I will. I promise." One evening, Elena and I walked through the city at sunset. We'd made this a tradition. An evening walk to decompress, to reconnect, to remember why we chose each other. She stopped at a park bench and sat down. "Do you ever regret waiting so long?" she asked. 10 years is a long time to stay silent. I thought about the question. Really thought about it. "I regret the time I wasted being afraid," I said finally. "I regret all the moments I could have told you the truth but didn't. But I don't regret loving you. I never will. Even when it hurt? Especially then. The pain was just proof that it was real." She leaned her head on my shoulder. "I wasted time too. I was so busy being what everyone expected that I forgot to be what I actually wanted." "And what do you want now?" "This. You. A life that's mine. A future I chose instead of one that was chosen for me." "That sounds pretty good." "It does, doesn't it?" We sat there watching the sun go down, and for the first time in 10 years, I felt completely at peace. Chapter 10. The Letter. A year after everything changed, Elena showed me her father's letter. We were at her apartment going through old boxes. She pulled out a faded envelope with her name on it. "I've read this 100 times," she said, "but I never showed it to anyone. Not even Marcus. You don't have to show me if you're not ready." "I want to." She handed it to me. "You should know where I came from, who made me who I am." I opened the envelope carefully. The paper was worn, the handwriting shaky. William Vance had written this near the end of his life. My dearest Elena, if you're reading this, I'm no longer with you. I'm sorry for that. There's so much more I wanted to teach you. So many more moments I wanted to share. But life has its own plans, and we don't always get to write the ending. I know your mother will push you toward the safe choice, the expected choice. She loves you, but she's afraid. Afraid of uncertainty, of risk, of anything that can't be controlled. Don't blame her for it. That's how she survives. But you, Elena, you're different. You have fire in you. You have courage. And I need you to promise me something. Don't settle for comfortable. Don't marry someone because they look right on paper. Don't build a life based on other people's expectations. Find someone who makes you feel alive. Someone who sees the real you, not the CEO, not the heiress, not the woman everyone wants you to be. Find someone who loves the person underneath all that. And when you find them, hold on. Even when it's hard. Even when the world tells you to let go. That kind of love is rare, sweetheart. Don't waste it. I love you forever, Dad. I finished reading and looked up. Elena's eyes were wet. He knew, she whispered. He knew I'd need to hear this someday. He was right. About everything. He would have liked you, Nathan. He would have seen what I see. What do you see? She smiled through her tears. Someone who makes me feel alive. Someone who waited 10 years because he believed I was worth it. She took my hand. Someone I want to spend the rest of my life with. I kissed her. Soft, slow, full of everything I'd never been able to say. When we pulled apart, I whispered, I spent 10 years afraid to speak, afraid to risk everything. But you were worth every silent moment, every sleepless night, every broken piece of my heart. And now I'm done being silent. I looked into her eyes. I love you, Elena. I always have. And if you'll let me, I'll spend the rest of my life making sure you never forget it. She smiled. The real smile, the one I'd fallen in love with a decade ago. I'll let you, she said, on one condition. Anything. No more waiting. No more hiding. Whatever comes next, we face it together. I pulled her close. Together. Always. Outside, the city lights flickered to life. Somewhere out there, Marcus was facing the consequences of his choices. Victoria was learning to let go. Derek and Jordan were probably toasting to our happiness. But in that moment, none of it mattered. I had spent 10 years loving someone in silence. 10 years watching from the sidelines. 10 years believing I wasn't enough. I was wrong. Sometimes the hardest battles are the ones we fight inside ourselves. The fear of rejection. The weight of unspoken words. The belief that we don't deserve what we want most. But some things are worth the wait. Some people are worth every silent moment. And in the end, she chose me. Not because I was perfect. Not because I had money or status or power. She chose me because I saw her. The real her. And I loved her anyway. That's the thing about love. You can't plan it. You can't control it. You can't make it safe. You can only be brave enough to reach for it. And hope that when you do, someone reaches back.